Hey everybody. Listen, I want to personally thank you for tuning in to this call. What I'm going to be covering today are what I personally think are the 7 keys to success in working with senior life. Now, you probably saw the title. Maybe you're interested in getting more information with senior life. Maybe you're already with senior life. And when I put this list together, it was hard to put together a list of just 7 things. We could probably come up with a list of like 20 different things and have sub lists and things like that. But here are what I think are the key essential elements to being successful. Some of these may seem like common sense, but the number one key to being successful with senior life is just keeping it simple. Just follow the system. We have a system in place. Work with your manager or your RVP. Follow the system that's already in place and don't take any shortcuts. Some people think they can take shortcuts and get ahead. Let me tell you, the shortcut in being successful is not taking any shortcuts. It's following the steps, it's following the system and doing everything right. And the important thing is don't try to reinvent the wheel. And I know sometimes for people that have a lot of experience, man, sometimes you got to lower your ego a little bit. You got to humble yourself and be coachable. That's going to be super important. Remember, your ego is not your amigo. So just follow the system and plug in. That's number one. Number two, this probably should be number one, but I'm putting it as number two, is you got to have consistent lead flow. And that's one of the big attraction factors for anybody that's looking at senior life and want to be part of senior life. Not only do we have an amazing product on our legacy, but man, we're the number one lead provider for final expense between the TV leads, direct mail leads, Facebook leads, online quote requests, telemarketing leads. You've got to have consistent lead flow because the key is being able to make 15 presentations every single week, but you got to get new leads. You can't keep working the same batch of leads over and over. You need to keep replenishing that every single week. Some people say, well, if I want to make 15 presentations, how many leads will it take? I don't know, as many as it takes. Some people have maybe 30, other people have maybe 60 leads a week. But you got to have consistent lead flow. You can't keep working the same old leads over and over and over. Listen, by the way, I know I said I appreciate everybody plugging into the call. My name's Joe Johnson. If you want to have a conversation, if you want some coaching, contact me. If you're interested in working with senior life, you want to be part of our agency, here's what I will do. I will leave a link in the description below. Just click on that link, fill out the little contact us form. That'll shoot me an email. If you do that, I promise I will reach out to you. Okay. So, number 3 is you got to have a game plan. You got to work with your manager and you got to put together a game plan, and it's got to be a consistent game plan. You got to be strategic and follow a system. Here's the thing, I think no matter what you do, whether it's this or something else, you're going to limit your success if you're constantly just winging it. So put a plan together. Here's what I learned. Somebody told me, even a bad plan is better than no plan. Because at least if you have a plan in place, as you're going along, you can make little tweaks to it. You can make adjustments to a bad plan and develop that into a good plan. So be goal oriented, have a plan, write that plan down, and follow that schedule. You have to be scheduled. Super, super important. I see so many agents just like they just kind of wing it. They don't know what they're going to do the night before or the day after. it's so important to be planned and have that out. And we can help you with that. We can help put a game. That's what a good manager will do, is help put a game plan in place to help you achieve your goal. Number 4 is activity. I know we talk a lot about leads. This is a lead-driven business, and I don't disagree with that. But leads are worthless without massive activity. Massive activity equals massive results. And it's just not any activity. It's not shuffling papers and organizing your leads in alphabetical order. That's not activity. You need to work on what we call the IPAs. That's income producing activity. What is going to drive your income the most? And it really just kind of boils down to a couple of things. Number 1, activity is prospecting. And I think so many agents underestimate the amount of prospecting it takes. Even though somebody fill out a lead card, it doesn't mean they're necessarily going to buy. It just means they're interested in getting more information. Just because somebody filled out a Facebook lead doesn't mean they're going to pick up on the first ring. You sometimes you got to triple dial them multiple times. You got to call them for 2 or 3 days in a row. You got to leave text, but you have to work and become a master at prospecting. If you're doing field sales, prospecting, doing at least 20 door knocks every single day. Have a goal of how much prospecting you're going to do. Because here's what I will tell you is that long-term goals are super important. Like, I think it's important for everybody to have long-term goals, but your daily goals, what you do daily, defines you. And ultimately, it's your daily goals that are going to help you achieve your weekly, monthly, quarterly, and finally your yearly and your lifetime goals. So prospecting. Prospecting is supposed to lead to what? Presentations. Our goal is to get in 15 presentations every single week. That's massive activity. And 15 that's not the maximum, that's the minimum. You want to achieve 15 presentations, and you need to be willing to do whatever it takes to get to those 15 presentations. The second, or I should say, the third activity that is an income producing activity is actually closing the sale. So many agents are so good, they're good at making a presentation, they don't know how to close. So you got to learn how to ask those questions. Closing is nothing more than asking questions. That's all it is. But you got to ask the right questions. And the last thing about activity in the process is your follow-up and your follow-through. You can be a great prospector, make a good presentation, close the sale. But man, you got to follow that deal, that application all the way through your pending, all the way till you get paid, and then on. It's the follow-up and the follow-through. You just can't leave your clients abandoned and never talk to them again. Stay in touch with them, send them out thank you cards and notifications and things like that. So those are the main activities that are going to drive your income. Massive activity is number 4. The 5th key to success is having personal accountability, taking accountability for your action, taking accountability for your activity, taking accountability for results. When you take 100% responsibility for everything, your world changes. You got to stop blaming other people or situations. You take responsibility. Take responsibility for your own development. Take a responsibility for whether or not you're making 15 presentations. That's accountability. And one thing I believe in is using a daily activity tracker. Track your activity every single day. That's accountability. And then to follow that up is partner with somebody. Partner with your manager or your RVP. Have an accountability partner that you're going to share your numbers with every single week. Be accountable to your spouse. If you're married, be accountable to your spouse. Say, hey, this is my activity. I'm going to show you my activity tracker at the end of the week. One thing I used to do when I was new, and man, I was really pounding it out in the field. I used to handwrite a calendar, and I would put my activity, what my schedule was going to be, and I would post that on the refrigerator every single week. So my wife and my kids knew exactly where I was going to be. And if that was a day I was going to be out into the field, they knew, hey, don't bother Joe. He's doing his deal, man. He's out helping families, making money, seeing the people. So number 5 is just take responsibility. Take responsibility for where you are in life and be accountable to yourself. Number 6 is you got to work on yourself, self-development. I think self-development is something that's very, very important. Now, self-development is not an immediate income producing activity. It's a long-term income producing activity. And self-development is something that you should be doing in your off time, not in the middle of the day when you should be prospecting, talking to clients, or building your team, or doing something that's going to produce your income. That's the days you get up early, or you stay up late, stay up till midnight or 1 o'clock, working on yourself, reading books, going through training videos, learning more about the product, working on your people skills. I think there's 2 big things that you can work on when it comes to self-development. Is your business skills, you know, business skills pertaining to senior life, and then it's your people skills are going to be important. One thing I believe is that you cannot outwork bad thinking. So you got to have the right mindset and the right attitude. Mindset is everything. And don't be you can't be content or satisfied with just being average or getting mediocre results. You have to strive every day. When you wake up, tell yourself, man, I'm going to strive for excellent. Today, I'm going to be excellent. Today, I'm going to put in 100%, 110%. I'm going to give every day everything I got. I'm going to try to achieve my daily goals every single day. Lastly, number 7, this may seem like common sense, but don't quit. Don't quit. Don't stop. Keep going. Work hard. Push through. You gotta have, I believe, in business, is that it's more about mental toughness than anything else. And I'll leave you with this and we'll end the call. But just about every agent I've ever talked to that quit, that gave up, said, Joe, I thought it would be easier. I didn't know it would be this hard. I didn't know it would take this long to be good. They didn't have the mental toughness and they quit. And every agent that I know that's been successful, that is successful in this business, you ask them, and this is what they'll tell you. Yeah, it was tough. It was tougher than I thought. It was harder than I thought. It took longer than I thought, but I didn't quit. I keep pushing through, So you got one person that quits because it's tougher than they thought, and you got another person, they feel the same way. Man, this is tough. This is harder than I thought it was going to be. But they have the mental toughness to keep pushing through. So really, those are what I consider my 7 rules. These are the things that I try to live by every single day to help me get better in the things that I try to teach my agents so they can get better. And they can be in this for a long haul, and they can be financially independent. That's what I think we're all striving for. So again, I appreciate everybody hopping on the call. Hopefully you like this content. If you do like the content, do me a favor, subscribe to our channel. I apologize. I don't put out as much content as I would like. Super busy helping agents, closing deals, making money. But if you want to have a conversation, if you want to learn more about senior life, if you're interested in working with me or my team, do me a favor. Like I said, check out the link in the description below, fill out the little form, send it over. Let's have a conversation. Let's see if I can help you take your career to the next level. Let's see if senior life could potentially be a good fit for you. All right, everybody, have a great day, and we'll see you on the next call. Take care.